What's going on, guys? PXCam back in with a brand new video. We are here for some daily race B action, which is 5 laps around Brazil Interlagos, as we are starting off in 5th place in our RCZ and in this pretty tight American lobby. So we have a few Brazilians right ahead of us, we got a couple Canadians behind and a few Americans behind them. And we're just gonna see where we can finish off here, starting off in 5th. It's not gonna be too shy, but because this is a 5-lap race, you know, it can get a little bit hectic. So many cars are trying to just force their ways up to the front and try to get as many positions as they can to win. And so it could lead to some interesting driving here and there, but every once in a while you get into some of these lobbies like this one where you just have a lot of fun, a lot of close action, and it can actually be really great. So we're gonna jump into our first race now as we get our 3, 2, 1, and away we go. So crossing the start finish line, right behind Be a Pink Girl, and just trying to warm up our tires heading into turn number 1. It's gonna be nice and easy here as we head into Estocena. And luckily nobody behind us got killed and nobody behind us murdered us, so we're already off to a great start here because again, 5 laps around this track. Patience can definitely wear very thin, especially if you're just trying to work your way up to the front if you're faster than the cars up ahead. But these guys up ahead, these Brazilians, are going to be really quick, and so I'm going to do everything I can to try to keep up with them, and if we find the opportunity to go for the overtake, we're definitely going to take it. But heading into the second sector, we're just staying right behind Be a Pink Girl as she is just, you know, just riding her normal lines and just kind of breaking away from 6 and everyone right behind, as we actually are able to gain about a 1-second gap from us and Ricky. So this is good for us. We don't want to put ourselves in a situation where we have cars behind us trying to make overtakes, and we could just focus on hitting our lines and just maintaining our pace with these guys up ahead, and just kind of learn where I'm losing time, where I'm gaining time, so I can use this in future races. So we're just gonna see how we do now as we come out of our final corner going down the straight. This is where RCZ does really well compared to the Mazda up ahead, and we get a really great straight line speed. Take a little peek onto the inside, but we just maintain our spot and just stay right behind Pink Girl. Just don't want to go for the overtake here. Really not a good place to go for the overtake if someone's going to be racing with you, because if you try to stay on the inside heading into the first corner, immediately when you're on the outside of the second corner, you just lose a lot of momentum, and we don't want to lose touch with a super right up ahead in 3rd place. So we're just looking for another spot to make the overtake, and just try to see if we can do it without losing any time to the front 3 if we try to make an overtake on Pink Girl. As you can see, she gets a little bit loose heading into the right-hander. So it looks like the Mazda not really handling that well. This RCZ is doing phenomenal in the corners, and it's been one of the more meta cars around here. I've seen a couple people use the Corvette to a good extent, and I've also seen people use the Hyundai and the Mazda as well. But for me, I feel like the RCZ just has really great grip on the corners, and it's got really fast acceleration down the straight, so you're able to kind of maintain your pace with the cars on the long straight once you come out of the final corner, as the Supra gets a little bit loose there. And so that's why I feel like the RCZ has been just like the more dominant cars when it comes to daily race B. But enough talking about that. We come out of the turn, the 3rd corner, and we're now on the inside of Be a Pink Girl. She gets held up by the Supra, and we brake as late as we can, but avoid making contact with the Supra up ahead. And there we go. We're able to make the nice clean overtake on the inside of Be a Pink Girl as we jump into the replay here. See how tight things were as we were just braking as late as we can. Be a Pink Girl gives us plenty of room, and we're able to cut right in front, get our overtake, and now we are up into 4th. So we now have the Supra right ahead of us in our line of sights. Can we get him here with 2.5 laps to go? As you can see, the 2nd place and 1st place driver are now starting to pull away tremendously. So this is basically going to be the battle for the podium, as unless these two up ahead wreck each other, then looks like, yeah, we're not going to be able to catch them with the time being. But it's still very tight, as the Be a Pink Girl has not been able to get around us, but we have not been able to get away from her either. So It's getting a little bit risky here as we now jump into the 4th lap. Onto the 4th lap here, you can see 2nd place got a really bad end of a lap on lap number 3, and we were able to catch up a lot to him. So 1st place is now gone, and this battle for 3rd place has now transitioned into a battle for 2nd, as the white Supra is doing everything he can to try to get around the Mercedes, and he just hasn't been able to find a good spot there, as the Mercedes does have better top end speed than the Supra. So it's going to be a little bit difficult for that Supra to get in a good situation where he can you know, kind of get himself into a position to go for the overtake on the Mercedes. So we're just kind of keeping an eye, seeing what's going on here. If the Supra does go for a weird overtake on the Mercedes, then we can probably capitalize on that if he is unable to make the attempt. And so we're just following along here. The Supra dives it in really late, but we actually get hit from behind, and that just kills our momentum here as we lose a lot of time to the guys up ahead. As we jump into the replay, it just looks like Bia Pinkro missed her braking spot and had nowhere to go except for our rear end, and that is just game over for us. Very, very unfortunate, as we lost about an entire second away from the 3rd place Supra. So this battle that could have been for the podium or even for 2nd place just now went out the window, and now we have to defend ourselves from Bia Pinkro. But at this point, I didn't look behind, which I probably should have done, because I didn't know if she had a penalty or not. And if she had the penalty, then we really didn't have to worry about her trying to race us, because if she did, then you know, we would be able to maintain the gap and get that 4th place position. But now at the end of the race, this is when I actually started noticing, like, okay, let me look behind, and it was just a little too late there. Bia Pinkro had her penalty, and we crossed the line in 4th place, and she gets her 1 second penalty. So very unfortunate for us. We got collected in Bia Pinkro's ram sesh, but like I said, I don't think it was intentional. I think she just missed her braking point, and we were just innocent victim right ahead of us. Happens to the best of us. But we're gonna jump into our 2nd race here, as we are starting off in 4th. But look at this, we are stuck inside a Brazilian sandwich. So the Brazilians do have home field advantage here, as we were starting in the Supra. We decided to change our car for the RCZ to the Supra. See how this car handles here. But once again, we are right behind Bia Pinkro and behind a sea of green, as we have the Myths guys right behind us, and then we got Vex in 2nd and Vortex up in 1st. So first lap, first couple of corners, everything goes nice and planned, nice and easy, so nothing to worry about here. But I'll just go a tad bit too deep into turn number 4, and that just killed our exit. As you can see now, Bia Pinkro is starting to pull away, and as we come out of the final part of lap number 1, you can see how much the Supra is actually struggling for me, as we were not able to get a really great 2nd sector, and we are now getting under pressured all from behind from Myth, as he was able to go onto the inside here, and it's now side by side drag race down to the line to go to our 2nd lap, and Myth is able to get the easy overtake on the inside in the Corvette, and we're able to just stay right behind him, make sure that we don't run into the back of him. We can make a really late cutback, because we almost got taken out by USR Sandro, and luckily we were able to not get ourselves involved into anything, and we just fall in line right behind Myth. So a big mistake for me. I should have covered the inside a lot more aggressively off the final corner on that 1st lap, but this is the result right here, as we just are gonna stay right behind Myth and see if we can work with him to try to catch up to Bia Pinkro, as she has to now serve a half a second penalty for corner cutting, and that's going to be very beneficial towards both of us. But if Myth and Bia Pinkro start fighting here too, that can be beneficial, as all they're going to do is slow themselves down, and we're going to be in the line of fire if any of them make a mistake, and we can hopefully get an overtake done. But we're just following on with Myth. Don't want to push him into fighting, because we already have a good set of circumstances happening here, because once Myth catches up to Bia Pinkro, or at least makes up some time Bia Pinkro, when she has to serve a penalty, then that 3rd place is going to be in our grasp if we don't push Myth into a mistake. So just following along here, we're just riding along in his rear bumper. I try to go onto the outside and try to not fight, I just want to run my normal line, but Myth decided to take the inside line, and unfortunately that just wasn't good for both of us because it actually slowed us down and we lost a bit of time. I think we lost about a quarter second, or yeah, a quarter of a second away from Be a Pink Girl, but he's now starting to swerve left and right as I really didn't know where he was going, and was just trying to avoid to fight with him. But when I went to the left, he went to the left, and he went to the right, I went to the right, and it was very, very confusing. So it was quite an interesting tactic from Myth, but not good racecraft in my opinion. But oh well, we just continue on forward, and we're just gonna see if we can find another spot to overtake him. So the plan of fighting with Myth and Be a Pink Girl kind of went out the window, so we're just gonna have to fight with Myth here and see if we can make an overtake on him and just re-secure our 4th place position as we now jump into the 4th lap. So off of Estos Santos, we head into the straight that leads us into turn number 4. Just riding along with him down the straight. We get a good run down the slipstream. He decides to defend the inside. We're gonna go to the outside so we can outbrake him as we just clip the curbing a little bit on the right hand side, and we almost lost it there as we got very, very loose into the front, or into the 4th corner, and we kind of sneaked our way in front again to Sandro. So Sandro has been just showing his patience here, so shout out to him, because I know other people, if we would have cut right in front of him the way that we've been doing to another person, they probably would have just stuck their nose in there, just spun us out. But shout out to Sandro. He's been, you know, he was racing really clean and showing some really great racecraft, and showing a lot of patience with us, as like I said, anybody else, they would have spun us out. But Myth has been having a lot of issues on some of the corners, as that Corvette just does not perform well on race pace, but we were able to maintain with him. It's just down the straights, that's where the Corvette just shines and has such great top end speed, so we just can't do anything to make up the time that we gain, or just take advantage of the straights, because he's just able to pull away even with the slipstream. So off of turn number 3, we're staying still in the slipstream, and he's not even moving anywhere. He's just taking a normal racing line, not even worried about us catching up to him. But we do have our strength here on the 2nd sector, as our handling is going to be definitely a lot better than the Corvette. So we're going to try to take as much advantage as we can. So try to, you know, sneak onto the inside a little bit, kind of close to the door. Really didn't have a spot there, so we just follow in line, take our normal racing line. But we're trying to scare him here as we ride as close as we can to his back bumper. And he has run wide here, but this time he decides, or this time he was able to manage to keep it on the race limits and on the track. But he does go a little bit wide into the right-hander. We take a very nice narrow line into that corner, but it just looks like we're gonna run out of time as we brake as early as we can to the 50-meter board. And as we come out of this final corner, we have a Brazilian trying to get back onto the track, and it's one of the RCZs, and we're able to get a free position here as we're just staying right behind in the slipstream of Myth. Are we going to be able to gain anything here as we're just staying in the slipstream, getting closer and closer as we cross down the start-finish line? And unfortunately, just run out of time, and we finish this race where we started off at, in 4th place, as we jump into the replay and see exactly what happened here. So the Brazilian Vortex up ahead gets very, very loose, and then decides to go into the inside, gets a little bit loose off the exit, and just takes out the RCZ. So we're just riding along here with the Hyundai. You see he gets very, very wiggly after making contact, and then he just bumps out the RCZ mid-corner and then just takes him out on the exit. So not sure if he just you know, didn't have any grip on the exit, or if that was intentional, but something was going on there between him and that RCZ, and it's just unfortunate for Vex that he got caught up in that and lost like 5 positions. So it sucks for him, but we were able to gain a free position there and finished our race off in 4th after a really great finish, or really great battle with the Corvette up ahead. So shout out to him, and shout out to Be a Pink Girl, everybody who was racing with us on these daily races, because everyone was racing clean, nice, and you know, aggressively. But you know, we kept our space together, and no one got killed except for Vex at the end. But other than that, everyone else was able to you hold the ground and have a nice fun race. So let me know how you guys are handling on daily race B. For me, like I said, it's been kind of like a love-hate relationship so far this week. I've had a lot of great races, but I've also had like one or two really bad races. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, check out my Twitter. But if you guys want to follow me or check me out on any of the social media, feel free to find those links in the description down below. You can find my Twitter, Instagram, or Discord, where we talk about crazy things like Minecraft and racing. But if you guys really enjoyed the video, also please feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out the channel when you guys do so. And since you guys made it to the end of the video, I really hope to see you guys on the next one. Peace out.